Welcome to the city of brotherly girls.
He got mad, dude, about it.
Nah, it's the fighter life, man. You're busy. You got shit to do, man. You got a fight coming up in 11 days, you know? Don't worry
Oh,
about
oh, don't remind me.
it. Yeah, it's crazy. Let me
Yeah,
get let me get started a proper introduction for you. So
no,
I'm,
good.
I'm here with the Grizzly Bear of BKFC, the undefeated 2-0, Lex Ludlow. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
No problem. You forgot the most hated man in combat
The most
sports.
hated man in combat sports. Why do people say that?
It's do you know Chael Sonnen or no?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
So he got me into fighting, and he's the bad guy. I'm the most hated man in combat sports.
I like
It's kind of the brand. One day, after my name gets a little bigger, I want to start a podcast, and I'm going to call it the Most Hated Podcast. And similar to Chael, I'm just trying to kind of follow in his footsteps, but in my own path, if that makes sense.
now how you want to follow him? What in what way?
I mean, I'm doing a pretty good job so far. I mean, he made his name by talking trash and saying some pretty outlandish stuff. And I mean, I haven't said too much outlandish stuff, but I try to keep it just locker room trash talk.
Yeah.
Like you're a bitch, like, never like really F you or never really pushing and shoving, but just that pro wrestling style of trash talking. Like you're a bitch, basically. That's probably the craziest I'll go, or the Russian piece of shit, Fedor Emelianenko. But that's probably as crazy as I'll get. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at talking trash and I'm pretty good at cutting promos. So, I'm just trying to get his attention just because similar to like Shane Gillis walking Pat out, I want Chael to walk me out one time.
That'd be bad.
And yeah, I mean, I'll try to do that next year for Knucklemania. But I wanted to concentrate on getting this homeless guy out of there first.
For sure. Now, what do you think of Calmus?
What do I think of him? I think, no offense to Pat Brady, I'm definitely going to say this in the press conference, but I think I'm the best fighter he's fought. Pat's like straightforward fighter.
Yeah.
He's a pressure fighter, and he's got IQ obviously and stuff like that. But um, I'm more of I'm in your face, but it's more like calculated and like I really care about like every shot. Like every shot that I throw, I intend it to land. Like it's like I try to set stuff up. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just going out there and winging shots. Um, in my highlights, it looks like it, but like with Rumsey, I knew he moved to the right. Like I knew he L steps to the right, and then I know that he would come back to the left, and he would kind of plant like right there in front of me. So I knew this chin was going to be there, and that was all calculated and planned by me. And I have something similar set up for Calmus as well.
Yeah.
Where I'm gonna I won't say that I think I'm gonna be a lot more patient this fight. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna come out sorry, just say chicken thighs. I had three chicken thighs, dude. I love chicken thighs. But I'm gonna try to be a lot more calculated and I've had my last fight, dude, I landed like 80% of my strikes, and my fight before that, I think I landed like over 70%. So that's a statistic I want to keep where I
For
land high percentage of strikes. So Calvis is definitely is in for a rude awakening for sure. Uh, this is the best I've ever felt in a camp.
Yeah.
Uh, Even when I'm cutting, like I'm 10 pounds away and I'm not tired and I feel very strong. Like I rolled today, dude, and I feel very, very strong. Like I rolled jujitsu.
Yeah.
I still train like it's an MMA fight. I still wrestle. I just don't throw kicks. So I do everything but kicking.
How does that translate? That's interesting that you still roll.
hmm
Why do you still do that versus just strictly boxing?
because BKFC, it's different. It's not
Yeah.
boxing. There's a lot of clinch work involved, so there
Yeah.
still is a lot of wrestling. So, and I've wrestled my entire life, but part of it's just in case one of these dudes get out of line at the press conference, I could choke them the fuck out.
I like it.
But the other thing is too is like it just I don't know. I'm in love with MMA, but right now I am obsessed with BKFC. Like it's all I watch and it's all I kind of think about. But uh yeah, dude, I roll every day. I wrestle every day. And I do boxing every day as well. But Uh, it's gonna be bad for this guy, dude. Like, I I've never been in this type of shape. Like, I'm not like so like I think what separates me from a lot of people, right, is I'm not delusional. I'm very realistic. Like, I've been to the bottom, as a pro. I went 0-3 as a pro. So like, and now like my name is, building up, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not tooting my own horn,
You
but
should,
my name
man.
is, but my toot, but my name is, building up pretty big right now. Like that highlights that BKFC posted of me, that went viral. I have over 250,000 views on that right now, and then over 2,000 likes. That I've gotten more views on that than my own fights, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but like I think yesterday I got like 60 follows or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so like my name is really building up, and I only started really using Instagram a year ago. Before that, I would kind of just watch reels and not really post that much. If I did, it was like more for my friends and to fuck around.
Yeah.
But now I've been like, ever since I got signed by BKFC, I think I went from like 500 followers to 1460 something. I just like today 1460s or
That's great.
70 or something like that. Yeah, so that's just a year span, you know what I mean? So I can only imagine after this fight what it'll be. Probably in the 2000s, but
It'll get up there
sorry.
for sure. Now, what's your?
Sorry, I'm a rambler, dude. I can just ramble on.
No, I want you to, bro, man. It's your time, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
What's your like before fighting? Like, what's your backstory? Like, where did you grow up? What did you do?
Uh,
Were you an athlete? That's the stuff that people really like.
so I grew I was born at Lower Bucks Hospital, which is I guess I guess it's Bristol, PA, but I grew up in Levittown, Pennsylvania. What's funny is my house that I bought, I actually grew up 6 blocks away.
That's awesome.
So that was my grandfather's house. He died in 2022. Um, but I bought a house to live. I bought my house in 2021, and I because I wanted to live close to him, and and close to my dad. And my dad lives about 5 minutes away from me. Uh, but I grew up wrestling, dude. I
Yeah.
started wrestling. I started wrestling when I was 5 years old. Uh, was a really good youth wrestler, really good middle school wrestler. Kind of slacked off in high school. Uh, Freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, I didn't really do good because I didn't really care. I didn't really want to do it. I remember my coach always being like, hearing that I wasn't going to wrestle that year because I just wanted to stay home and play video games and hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
Um, but then my senior year, I took it pretty serious. But I think my wrestling got really, really good when I started doing MMA because I've taken down, I think, everybody but one guy in every fight. So, and I fought some pretty good guys as an amateur.
Yeah.
As a pro, I fought some pretty decent guys. Uh, but Lewis Rumsey was probably the best guy I fought, in my opinion. And even after Calmus, like Rumsey's still a better fighter than Calmus. So,
Now,
but
when did you take your first amateur fight?
2013 against Carl
Okay.
Roberson, who was top 25 in the world.
Oh wow.
Almost not, almost knocked out Glover Shatera.
Did you? Glover?
Well, I never fought Glover. Carl.
Yeah, Carl
Carl,
Roberson. Yeah.
he almost knocked him out. Go back and watch that fight. Glover's on a takedown and Carl's elbowing him, and Glover went out for a second, and then Carl kind of fucked up and gave him he got his composure back and came back, and I think he tapped Carl out. But yeah, Carl was a dangerous dude. He dropped me 5 times my first fight ever, bro. It was gonna be a one and done. I always wanted to be a pro wrestler, and I just wanted to do a fight and I got dropped 5 times in one round, and it was the worst experience of my life. I got stopped in between rounds, and I was like, "All right, never doing that again." And they were like, "No, no, do it, do it, do it." So I was like, "All right." So then I fought again. I took like almost a year off. I took like 9 months off, like of just training,
Yeah.
and I hired like a kind of like a coach. I was paying the dude. I was like 19 years old, paying this dude $500 a month because it was just privates. It was
Yeah.
just privates. and I never had money, dude. But I did that for like a straight year with this guy, and I won 2 fights in a row, and then I rematched Carl because I was obsessed with beating Carl, and I lost 29-28 when I rematched Carl. And I got so close, dude. That third round was kind of back and forth. A lot of people thought I won. A lot of people thought he won, but it is what it is. It's in the past. Then I won 2 fights in a row after Carl, and then I won the amateur belt, and then I went pro. And I shit the bed, and I went 0-3.
But then from there, like I was reading a little bit of your bio, you got on a little win streak, and then from there, BKFC. How did you actually get involved with BKFC?
Cool story. People probably get tired of hearing it, but it is a good story. So I just lost. I won. I came back after a big layoff. I won by a 10-second knockout, and then I was supposed to fight at 205, and that guy backed out on a week's notice. It was either a week and a half or a week's notice. And the promotion around me in Philly, the local promotion, Art of War, Bickings called me and he said, "Hey, Bradley backed out, but we can give you a fight at heavyweight." And I sold 104 tickets, so I wasn't trying to hand all that money back. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot, you know what I mean? So I was like, "All right, who is it?" And it was this guy, not a very good fighter, but a very experienced fighter. And I think what the problem was with that fight was that when I took it, I was 212. So I was like the same time frame, like from now to then to
Yeah.
Knucklemania, right? So and I'm 215 right now, right? So I was 212. So then I was like, all right, I'll just start eating. And I started, but I wanted to eat clean because I like to eat clean. Even at heavyweight, I eat clean.
Yeah.
Like even for Rumsey, like I was chubbier, but like it was because I was eating 3-4 times a day. But I was the strongest I ever was, by the way. Dude, 240 doing 15 pull-ups.
That's
Jesus,
wild.
God. That's crazy, right? Strongest I ever was. But so for that fight, I couldn't put any weight on eating clean. So I was like, fuck, dude. So I started going to Wawa. I started eating like mac and cheese because I didn't know what else to do to put this weight on. So I ended up weighing at like 220. He ended up weighing at 265. And I ragdolled him for the first round and a half. But then my arms got tired and I just he just laid on me for the next 2 rounds. Like I shit the bed with that fight, but it really gave me a lot of like confidence. It was like a good loss. It was a shitty loss because he has a shitty record, but he fought a lot of good guys, but it was a loss to be like, all right, like I fought this guy with all this experience because I didn't really like. I'll be honest, because I went 0-3, I kind of lost all my confidence,
Yeah.
and I didn't really believe in myself. You know what I mean? So it kind of woke me up, like ragdolling that dude around. And I was like, you know what, dude? Like, I bet you I would be like a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I took uh I took a fight for what and I forget like Made Men it's called over in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, it was shitty money, dude. I'm not gonna lie, it was 500, 500. But I was like, whatever, dude. We're gonna go here, we're gonna fight this fight, and we're gonna fucking win, and we're gonna get back on track, and I'm gonna start climbing the ranks. I kind of figured that UFC was out of the realm. But I was shooting for like PFL.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean? So I was like, if I can win like 6 fights in a row, there's no way that I don't go to PFL or at least get a contender series fight, right? At the least get a contender. It doesn't mean I'll get signed,
Yeah.
but at least I'll be on that platform. 2 weeks out from that West Virginia fight, I'm about to play a video game on my laptop. My laptop broke, by the way. I'm upset about that. I'm kind of bored about it. I'm not gonna lie. But ding, my phone goes off. I'm like, who the fuck? It's like Nate Shook. I'm like, Nate Shook. I'm like, who the fuck's Nate Shook? Name sounds familiar, but it wasn't even like your like basic message like from a promoter or from a matchmaker where it'd be like, hey, so and so, I work for blah blah blah. Uh, would you like to fight? It was like, hey man, what's up? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who is this guy? And then like I saw we had a previous chat from like 6, 7 years ago, but I'm like, or longer than that. But I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? So I was like, hey man, what's up? Like I didn't know what to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then he goes, he was like, "Oh, nothing much." I'm like, "All right, dude. Like, where do we go? Where do we go from this? Like, we're like, who is this guy? You know what I mean?" And then and then he broke it down. He said that I work for BKFC. I'm the head matchmaker, and he said, we just had the event at Wells Fargo. Are you familiar with it? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I didn't watch it because I wasn't. I'll be honest, like I really wasn't into BKFC. I never got shown the product.
Yeah.
Um, but I hate boxing, so I kind of just associated it with boxing.
Yeah.
And I just always thought to myself, not my thing. You know what I mean? And he was like, a lot of people came up to me and brought your name up to me that I should sign you and have you fight for us. And I was like, really? I was like, well, I was like, who was it? And he was like, I don't remember. I'm like, fuck. Like, oh, well, so I'm like, well, thank you to that guy, whoever that was, or a couple people, whoever it was. And then I'm like, all right, so like, what do you want to do? And he was like, would you want to fight next month? Or it was like a month and a half. No, yeah, it was like a month and a half. I was like, fuck, dude. Well, I was like, well, I got this fight in 2 weeks. And I was like, I'm under contract, it's just a one fight, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm under contract. I'm like, should I try to get out of it? Like, because then I started to realize how big they were. Like, I looked into it. Wells Fargo is a big deal. So they got to
Yeah.
be, a big promotion. So I'm like, should I get out of it? He goes, no, 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 fight that fight. He's like, no matter what, we'll use you. I'm like, oh, win or lose, you use me? What the fuck? So I'm like, all right. Well, I was like, well, I remember saying this. I was like, I'm going to win. I was like, I'm going to win and you're going to use me. And then he was like, all right, man, I'll talk to you after the fight. Won the fight by TKO in the second round. And immediately, dude, that's all I was thinking about was BKFC with that fight, right? I was like, I got to make sure I don't get cut. I got to make sure I don't get hurt. But I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fight this fight and I'm going to win and I'm going to get out. So that's what I did. I went in there and I wrestled the dude down to the ground a bunch and I eventually got him tired and I got him a TKO ground and pound. And immediately texted him the next day. I was like, I'm ready to go, dude. And he was like, all right, cool. He was like, this is your opponent. And I was like, all right. I'm nervous because I never stood up and fought anybody. Like,
Yeah.
I'd throw in some hands, but like not like enough to like just stand there and throw,
Yeah.
without shooting a takedown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, it's Conor McKenna, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I sent it to Chris and Kyle, and they're like, take it. I'm like, done. And I always go off them, dude. Like, if they tell me to do it, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So they're like, take it. I was like, we're in. Next thing I know, contract sent. This dude's hitting me up. This dude's hitting me up. This guy. I remember I got so overwhelmed. I called Chris Dawkins and I was like, dude, this is a lot. I was like, what is going on? He was like, welcome to the big leagues, my friend. And I was like, fuck. I was like, this is a lot. And he calmed me down. I'm really close to those guys. So like they're my best friends, dude. I love those guys a lot.
They're all
And whenever I had an issue with the bank today, call Chris Dawkins. Like I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And he's just like, let's figure it out. Like talk me through it, like help me through it. Hopefully it gets handled. It's just ticket money. I gotta get taken out.
Yeah.
Hopefully get it taken care of, but we'll be good. So he talked me through the BKFC nonsense, and then I went and I did my first fight, brother, and that went pretty good. So,
That's
and
crazy.
then rest is history. Yeah, sorry, rambled
Yeah.
on again.
Nah, dude, I want you to ramble on, but I want to show you something real quick.
Let's see
Thanks,
it.
thanks for signing this. You see this?
Oh shit, that was you.
Yeah, yeah.
I was wondering who I was signing that for. How's my signature?
It looks great.
All
Let's see
right,
it.
cool.
And I
And then look,
got
you got Kyle Dawkins in the background.
I got Kyle back here. Yeah, brother.
Were you in the gym the other day?
Yeah,
That's me, dude.
I stopped at the Forge Saturday morning.
Yeah, you gave him a card. I saw you there, dude.
Oh, was that you standing there?
Yeah, that was me, dude.
That-
You gave Chris Dawkins a card.
I gave him a bag for Pat. And in the bag, I don't know if you looked in the bag, but just a couple little things for Pat. It's like an old boxing card
Okay,
and
cool.
some posters and stuff like that. But yeah, I stopped in Saturday morning.
Yeah, dude. Okay, you did look familiar when you joined in, but I didn't connect. I didn't connect all the dots.
Yeah, no, it's a small world, but yeah, even Pat was telling me you guys train together and the Dawkinses, and I was saying to him, it's like Philadelphia royalty, like the Dawkins brothers, and it's like a little mafia, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny you say that because I used to look at them like that too, but now they're just two dudes to me now. You know what I mean? Like,
That's crazy to me.
yeah, they're just two guys to me that and they're like my best friends. You know what I mean? Like I could call it like you could like belittle me right now in this whole entire interview, and I could call Chris and be like, dude, it was the worst interview ever, and he'll just be like, dude, calm down, dude, it's all right. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Now the gym looks really nice. The Forge. Oh, that was my
Yeah,
first time there.
it was a beautiful gym. My only contribution to helping that gym out was cleaning it up. I was they demoed it, and then Kyle hurt his back, so I went in there and I carried some shit out with Chris. You know, I don't own the gym obviously, but you know, it feels like like it's the first gym I've been to like seven different gyms in my life, and
Yeah.
it feels like that one's the first one where I can actually be done at like I'll be there the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
because you
feel
got
like I'm trying to
royalty.
say like it feels like mine, but I don't own it. Like what I'm trying to say, like it feels like home, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you respect it, you take care of it. It's like a brotherhood, you know.
Yeah,
Trust your brother.
I mean, you know, like I would never let people disrespect Chris and Kyle ever, you
Of
know what I
course,
mean?
yeah, of
And
course.
I know they would never let them that happen to me as well.
Of course.
Uh Grade A guys. Grade A, like a grade A steak, you know what I mean? Just grade A guys.
For
Those
sure,
Dawkins
brother.
brothers.
For sure. Now talk about your second fight. I noticed like you said it yourself, like you push forward and at times it could look sporadic, but it's calculated. What I notice is you do punch while out of the clinch, but then is this intentional? You target the body and then come up top. I think that's one of the best things that you do, where you sneak that you do the 1-2, but it's like to the body first with your offhand. Is that something you train?
I don't even notice that, dude. That's good. That's smart. But I'll have to rewatch my fights. But I mean,
What I
I
notice
don't.
is when you come in, like when I was watching your second fight where you put the
Right
guy
with
down
Rumsey.
5, 6 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, he's a good fighter, dude. Believe it or
yeah,
not.
yeah. I looked at
He's
his background. Yeah.
yeah. He's like 13 and 4, 15 in MMA. And if you look at like who he's lost to, and some of the guys he even beat, they're
Yeah.
pretty good, dude.
The shots you were dropping him with though were like the shots that you don't see. Like
Yeah.
what I mean by that is you're hitting the body and then out of nowhere they're getting an overhand, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for sure, because like you can't just throw to the head the whole time. You
No.
can't just headhunt, and that's
For-
what a lot of these BKFC fighters do. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They just headhunt, and that's kind of because like this sport, bro, is like a make or break. Like when you get hit, you find out who you are. You know what I mean? And McKenna hit me, but he never like tagged me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
didn't get rocked, so I don't think I'm gonna get hit in this fight either, bro. But I might get like grazed and stuff, but he's not gonna he's not gonna hit me clean. But you know, if I get that bitch Chris Camozzi after this, you know, my chin will definitely get tested.
For sure. What makes you want Kamosi next? Why him?
I mean, if I fight him, he's just right there for the belt, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, like, I should, he should still be champion,
Yeah.
but he lost his belt and his teeth. But in that fight, he lost his pride, his belt, and his teeth.
Yeah.
I wanna be the first guy to drop him. He's never been dropped. He's never been knocked out. I want to do it all, and I think I can. I hit hard, dude. And I, I just think that, and I'm fast. I'm very fast. Especially like dropping down this weight, dude. I'm even faster. Like
Yeah.
I feel it, dude. And especially like when I'm rolling too. Like I can do things when I'm rolling now that I couldn't do at heavyweight. Um,
And you used to be a 185, right?
I used to be a 185er, yeah, but like when I was still young then. I see that's the problem. I went pro too soon.
Yeah.
Like I didn't learn like all the things that I know now. Like I know how to hold people down now, dude. I know how to make sure they don't get up. Kyle Dawkins, he's a motherfucker. I can't hold him down. There's certain positions I can, but like fuck, dude, like it's hard. But he gets right up, dude. I call him the cardio king, dude. He says he gets tired, but I've yet to see it.
And he's naturally a bigger guy and he cut, right? He walked around before really fighting and all as a bigger dude, didn't he?
he walks around. Well, he used to be a heavyweight
Yeah, that's
when
what
he
I'm
was an
saying.
amateur. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he walks around at like 220. So me and him are like the same size right now. So it kind of sucks because he was manhandling me the other day. He never usually like throws me around like that, but wrestling, like I can beat Kyle in wrestling, but once it hits the ground, I can control it for a little while, but then when he gets on top, dude, oh Jesus Christ,
Thinks
he's a
of
mother.
Darson. Yeah,
Not, dude, believe it or not, he gets me with it, but not as much as you would think. Not
yeah.
as much as I got no neck, so but he mostly taps me with like guillotines and trying to think. He gets me with a rear naked a lot. He can darce me, but he doesn't get it as much as you would think. Not saying he couldn't. I'm
Yeah.
just saying like maybe he's just trying to work something else. I don't know. I'm always on my toes with that guy. You never know with that guy. You know what I mean?
Now
But
you did all the disciplines. Out of all of them, why do you think BKFC is like the most fitting or like the most appealing? Because I think you found your home with BKFC. Like you're
everybody
taking
says
off.
that.
Yeah,
Do you know who the commissioner of Pennsylvania is?
I know the old one. I don't know the new one.
Greg Serp. So the new
Sure.
one is Ed Kunkel.
I don't know
So
him.
great dude. So listen to this. I'll give you a little exclusive here that no one ever knew about me. I got denied my license to fight in 2022. Greg Serb denied me to fight like ever in PA. Like he literally told me on the phone, if you want to fight in PA, you got to go fight elsewhere. So like I got to fight in like Delaware and then come to
Yeah,
PA, right? So when he resigned, I called Ed Kunkel and I pleaded my case. I said, listen, I was like 28 or 29 at the time. I'm 29 years old. I said, I could understand if I was 40, 0-3 with three TKO losses and not and getting denied. But I said, I'm 29. I haven't fought since I was 24 or 25. I said, it doesn't make sense. I
yeah,
said, I could see if I was older, you could tell me and we could have that talk. But I said, I was like, it was 15 minutes of the athletic director letting me talk and plead my case and him just listening. There'd be points where I'd be like, you still there? You still
yeah,
there?
yeah,
And then when he got done, he was like, I absolutely agree with you. I would love you to fight for PA with us. I don't want to fight you, have you fight somewhere else and get hurt. After my second BKFC fight, he came up to the locker room. He gave me a big hug and he told me, well, I think I hugged him. And then he told me, this is your home, this is your niche, and you need to stick with us. And he told me that the way I improved, he said he's never seen anything like that before in his life. Uh, from an 0-3 fighter to fighting like a, like a,
like a contender.
uh, yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say like an elite fighter, but I don't think I'm there yet. But I'm almost. I think for BKFC, I think I am. MMA, I think I got a little bit more work to do. But like Kyle says I can hang with a lot of those UFC guys. Kyle thinks I would have killed Mearshart.
yeah,
But
GM3.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he thinks I would kill him. But like, it's just a matter of getting there. You know what I
yep,
mean? But right now, I'm content with BKFC, and I love fighting for them, and I want to help them grow, and I want to grow within the company, and that's part of the reason I talk shit. Get
yeah,
eyes on the sport. So
yeah,
yeah, but that
and for your own brand too.
yeah,
Building it up.
the most hated brand. Yeah, for sure.
Can I ask why Serb was giving you a hard time?
He's just the type of dude you catch him on a bad day, bro,
Yeah,
and he actually lied to me and told me the medical board denied me.
yeah,
So you know, I just think Serb always liked me too.
yeah,
I think maybe part of Serb just didn't want to see me go out there and get knocked out, or But
yeah,
I didn't have the passion for the sport when I was fighting then like I do now. You know what I mean? I didn't have the right people, the right crew around me. I didn't have Chris and Kyle around me
yeah,
to tell me like Chris, dude. If I have a bad sparring session, like especially like 2 years ago, right? I would get done with Chris and I'd be like, "How did I do?" And he'd be like, "Horrible. You did horrible." And I'd
yeah,
be like, "Fuck." Like that sucks. Yeah, I'd be like, "Fuck." And I'd walk away. I'd be like, "What the fuck? Like, what am I doing wrong?" One day it just clicked, dude. Like
yeah,
I don't know how else to say it. One day I went from being a punching bag, not against the Dawkins brothers. Well, I mean, yeah, yeah, against them I am. But like one day, like I just like went from like, all I did when I got back to training, bro, like I took that big long hiatus. Instead of wrestling everybody, I literally just stood and traded, no
Yeah.
matter how bad it was, dude. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. There were some people I would beat up, and there were some people that would beat me up, that probably should have been beating me up, right? But then I would sit there and I'd be like, well, what did I do wrong? And then I would think about it, and then I'd be like, all right, let me try that. And then it came from like let me try this to hey, just try this, and then like it would work, and I'd be like, ooh, all right, we're
Yeah.
on to something here. And then there would be like a lot of pep talks with Kyle. Kyle, somebody deserves to give him a and Chris a trophy for how much they had to text me about like just how good I actually am. Like that was a lot because I never believed in myself. Like you know what I mean. And a lot of them talking to me and saying, "Dude, you're a lot better than you think you are." And I'm like, "Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, though." You know what I mean? Like fuck. And then one day it just clicked, dude. And how it clicked, I went to a different gym and I did an open mat sparring there, and I beat pretty much everybody up. And I was like impressed by myself because I was like, wow, I hit a lot of these people and like they barely hit me.
Yeah.
And if they did hit me, I didn't cower away. I kind of just stood there and just dealt with it. Like fuck, like BKFC woke me up, dude, because BKFC was like, I gotta stand up, I gotta trade. There's nothing I can do about it. And I it kind of woke me up, and next thing I know, it all started clicking. And like people in the gym at Forge now, they're like I don't like to brag or seem like I'm cocky, which I know I'm supposed to because I'm the most hated man in combat sports. But when I do these interviews, I try to give you a real interview. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
just me with a whole shit talking fest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that would get kind of stale. So like a lot of these people, they're like like they were telling Chris told me a lot of these guys were saying Lex looks like a professional boxer. Like he doesn't look like a wrestler anymore. He looks like a professional boxer. So a lot of people are going to be surprised with Zach Kalmus, with the Zach Kalmus fight.
For sure. Now, how'd you get linked up with the Dawkses?
So I my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, we were living on Wellington Street with her parents, and Martinez was about a 10-minute walk. So and I knew Chris and Kyle trained there. I always wanted to train with them. Coming up, we all came up at the same time. They had a little bit more fights than I did when I first started, probably like 3 or 4 more fights than I did. But I always knew I wanted to train with them. I actually got offered to fight Kyle a bunch of times. Uh, the Kyle was, if you go back, Kyle's not afraid to admit it, so it's not like I'm bashing him. He had a really bad amateur record, and when I first got offered to fight Kyle, I think he was like 2-3 or 3-4 or something like that. And I was like 2-1 or 4-2. And I was like, yeah, this ain't really worth my time. But then there was a fight I watched of his, and I did tell him this, and this is how you know I'm a real guy. Story never changes. I watched him fight a guy named B Dot, and it was a completely different Kyle Dawkins than I saw. And I said, this guy's a fucking problem. And I think I got offered a fight one more time, and I turned it down again. It wasn't because, and see, the reasons I turned it down. The first time I turned it down, I was told to turn it down because the guy that was training me, the guy that I was paying $500 a month, he was real close to Will Martinez, and he didn't want to do that. And then the second time I got offered to fight him, I trained at a gym called Revolution, which is actually right behind my house, pretty much. I was training there full time, and he was really close with Martinez as well, and they didn't want that to happen. And I didn't want to cause any conflict between two gyms, so I wasn't gonna do. It wasn't that I was afraid of him. I mean, this he would have fucking mopped the floor with me, I think, in that the second fight, just because he found his niche and he got so good out of nowhere. But I think it just needs to click for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I learned from Kyle. You know what I mean? Like one day, like he always told me, one day it just clicked. And took me a while, but one day it just clicked. You know what I mean?
Like anything, if you're putting the hours in, eventually it has to click. Now, let me ask you this question. What's it take? Not necessarily what's it take, but what are the differences that like a normal human would never be able to comprehend when you talk about like the mental aspects of fighting or like the mental preparation, the mental gymnastics? Talk about that a little bit. The normal commoner would never understand.
The sacrifices.
Yeah.
I don't go to the bar. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. Uh, I don't have a fun life. Like it's not like there's days where I'm like I see friends and out partying and I'm like, damn, like, because like after the fight, right? Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
get drunk and with all my friends, and I have a very addictive personality, and I'm like, man, that's so much fun. Like I wish I could do that. Like, but at the end of the day, if I really want this, like I can't have it. And like another thing that comes with this discipline, um, in July I was 240 pounds. I'm 216 right now. That
Yeah.
didn't just happen.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can do that, and it's not. It's all through dieting. For the last 4 or 5 weeks, I've been miserable. And when I've been eating ground beef, ground turkey, steak, and now I'm on a chicken kick. So I'm eating chicken every day now, but and rice. It's
Yeah.
been the same meal. It's pretty much been the same meal for, you know, 6 weeks at this point. I think
Yeah.
the last time I had a cheat meal, dude, was a month ago.
Now you
And
cutting
it was
out
a,
carbs. Is that what you're doing?
I'm gonna cut out carbs Friday.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut that out Friday because I think the weight will just come off.
Yeah.
I don't even think I'll have to cut if I cut carbs out. But if not, I'm gonna do Friday and then see what the weight's like on by Sunday, Monday, and then if it's not where I want it to be, then I'll actually do a weight cut.
Yeah. Do the
But
water.
yeah, because right like today I was 216. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I could have just I ate twice. I ate 3 times today. I was 216.
That's great.
All I have to do is like I could have just skipped dinner tonight and just drank water, and I probably would have woke up at 216.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then worked out, and then I would have been golden. You know what I mean? Like that's how I did it 185. So I would just work my ass off in the morning. Like I would go for a run in the morning, and let's say I was like 215.
Yeah.
All right, go home. I'll eat something really small, like canned chicken or something shit like that. I'd eat that. I drink a water bottle. That's what I mean by discipline. Like for some reason, bro, I don't get thirsty. I
Really?
never get thirsty. Yeah, I don't know what that. I don't know what like. I don't know what that feels like. Like
I
I've
mean,
never been like, damn. Like I need a fucking cup of water. Like I've never been like that. Like I've never even like the most thirsty the only time I could ever tell you is when I was thirsty was that West Virginia fight because I had to drive 8 hours and I had to make 205 and I had to drive. So I drove 8 hours to West Virginia and when I left the house I was 207 and I was like, well, I'm driving fucking 8 hours. I was like, there's no way that pound doesn't shred.
yeah.
So I drove fucking 8 hours without drinking any water and without eating anything. Went directly to fucking weigh-ins. Made weight 206. Technically, I missed. I was 206.1, but they let it slide. They're like, you don't need to take your underwear off. I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, technically, I missed, but I made it. And but yeah, I mean, like that, like that was the most thirsty I probably ever was because it was just an 8 hour drive of just nothingness. It was just horrible. But like I don't know. Like I'm not like if I want a sip of water, I just go get a sip of water. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I just always make sure I'm hydrated. That's another thing for this fight too. Like with this cut, like before I would eat once a day. Like this fight, like I'm doing it the right way. I'm actually listening to Chris and Kyle,
Yeah.
and I'm drinking a gallon of water a day, and the weight's coming off. The weight's coming off drinking a gallon of water a day. Today, every day I usually eat twice, but I did 2 workouts today, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'll eat lunch too." And like I kind of just forced myself to eat it, but I don't get hungry. I don't get hungry, but I'm just like I just crave things. That's it.
Yeah.
I really want a pizza, dude. I really want like a fucking cheesesteak. I put a 3 week order ahead of order into Pizza City.
That's wild. Pizza
Yeah,
City.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Northeast
I'm
Philly.
spot. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sponsored by them. I'm gonna order it the day after my fight. I'm getting the Ryan pie. I'm getting a regular pie for my kids, I'm gonna get some type of French fry, probably like a cheesesteak fry or a pizza fry. Then I'm gonna get. Sorry, I got a notification.
Okay.
I'm I Then I'm gonna get like a pizza fry, and then I'm gonna get 24 wings. I'm gonna get half hot. Then I'm gonna get half garlic parm, and then I'm gonna get a stromboli, and then it's a lot, dude. And then I'm gonna get a meatball sub, and then I'm gonna get a cheesesteak. And I want to get that. I want to get that around 1 p.m. I want to pick it up because me and my wife are sleeping in the hotel the night of the fight, and then so I'm gonna pick that up from leaving the hotel, and then I'm gonna try to eat that from 1 p.m. until dinner time when I'm done. But I'm gonna eat all of that, dude.
But
There's no
sacrificing
way.
now, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're sacrificing now.
3 week ahead of order time, dude. I told him. I texted it to him twice. I said, "Listen, this is what it is," and he was like, "We'll make it happen." I was like, "Good."
That's crazy, brother. Now,
Mhm.
now you talked a little bit about like confidence and how like you struggle with confidence a little bit in the past. Now you got that confidence. Now you're hitting your stride in BKFC. How important is that to have people around you like an inner circle? And do you think confidence like does come from within, or do you think it is important to have people around you that lift you up?
I think it's very important, like especially if you're going to do something like this. I think anything in life, if you're going to run a business, something like that. Like if you're like, because this is technically a business, you know what I mean? For me,
Yeah.
like I'm my own business in a way.
Yep.
Um, I think owning a business or doing something like fighting or like something like that, like you got to have the right people around you, because if you don't, they're just gonna go like this to you
Yep.
at
Yep.
the end of the day.
Yep.
They're waiting for theirs. You know what I mean? So, and that happened to me, when I went pro for the first time. Uh, I think it builds your confidence up a lot, but I also think you need to be realistic and not delusional. I understand, like they say, like delusional will help you make it. You know what I mean? But I don't think really it does, because like I've ever since I came back to fighting, I've ran into like a lot of fighters where they would tell me they're going to be UFC champion, and it's like, dude, you don't even know how to throw a fucking jab.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how, like like you're going to rely, like someone recently, like I won't say their name, but
Yeah.
they told me they could beat Joseph Benavidez, and they're a 2-3 amateur fighter.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, and then the like when you spar, you walk in a straight line, like with not moving your head, like you're just getting eaten. Like when they spar me, that guy that sparred me, like you're getting eaten alive by me. I
Yeah.
can only imagine what Joseph Benavidez is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a guy your size, way faster. Well, not even your size, probably even half that dude's size. Because I met Joseph Benavidez at Kyle's last fight. That dude's tiny.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how fast he would be, dude. Like he'd be like fucking like me sparring him, dude. He'd be like all over the fucking place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God damn, I couldn't imagine that. So yeah, I don't know. Like I think it's okay to be a little delusional, but realistic at the same time. You
Yeah.
got to know what you're good at and what you're not good at, and what you're not good at, you should be working on more than what you're good at. Like you should, like when I roll, for example, right? Like even to this day, I practice top all the time. Like if you put me on my back, like I'm practicing getting on back on top or getting to my feet, like treating it like an MMA fight, right?
Yeah.
And then when I'm on top, I'm working the things. Right now, I'm kind of trying stuff because I don't, like, I'm a lot lighter and I can move better. But like still though, like if I can hold you down at half guard for 3.5 minutes, like I'm picturing you in a bloody mess because
Of course. Yeah.
I'm on top of you, elbowing you, punching you, hitting you as hard as I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
But like if I then when we get to the feet, and if I have my cardio is not there, that's something I got to work on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to be a little delusional, but you got to be kind of realistic and know what's going on and what's not going on at the same time. And a good thing, and also a good thing is you don't want to be in a gym where you're always the hammer,
Yeah.
because that creates a lot of delusion as well. Um, like me, I'm not good in a gym where I'm beating everybody up because I'm not learning anything. and it kind of creates a false confidence for myself. So I really that's kind of why I like to train with Kyle and Chris because you know they keep me honest, they keep me aware. So
Yeah.
uh, and I think that makes me a lot better fighter.
Yeah, the hammer and the nail. That's you surround yourself with greatness and you rise to greatness over time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure. But Kyle always says, dude, like, I love that dude to death, dude. He means a lot to me. Obviously to Chris does too. But like Kyle says it all the time, bro. He's gonna be UFC champ and I'm gonna be BKFC champ. We're gonna be the tag champs, dude.
That's right.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Now, what do you see? What's something that you see looking at the heavyweight division, BKFC? Something that you see maybe across the board that's a strength in your game that makes you think you can get to the top in BKFC? Is it something that you're seeing with Kamosi? And don't give away too many secrets, but just something that you see that makes you confident that you can take out some of these guys.
Well, I dropped to cruiserweight.
205.
Heavyweight,
Yeah.
yeah. So heavyweight, they're too big for me.
Yeah.
Um, I had a conversation with my manager that had a conversation with BKFC. BKFC saw me as like a top 10 guy at heavyweight,
Yeah.
but they said they see me as a contender at 205. That's kind of the reason I dropped the 205, and
Yeah.
plus, I called out Kamosi.
That's right. I said heavyweight. I meant cruiserweight.
You're
My
good,
fault.
dude. I just wanted to clarify because
Yeah.
when originally BKFC put heavyweight for me and Calmus, but it's at 205.
Yeah.
But what was your question again? Like with Kamosi, right?
Like,
Like
yeah.
here's one thing that's kind of a given. That's not a secret. I trained with a very deadly southpaw in
Yeah.
Kyle Dawkins. Chris Kamosi is a southpaw. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think
I
I'll
like
be
it.
all right in that fight. I think I'll be all right in that fight. There's not really like any secrets like that. I mean, like there's things that I see with Kamosi that I think I would do very successful in, but there's also things that I see that I could see that he would do good against me as well. Um, I just have to not allow that to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he runs away a lot, dude. He hides behind that jab, and then he explodes when he comes in. He's kind of deceptive in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then he kind of dips his head down. He ducks down a lot, like a lot of those gay boxers do. I hate that, dude. I hate the whole dip in the head because I'm just gonna throw you to the ground at that point.
Yeah.
Like you're annoying. Like let's fight. Let's not try to like. I don't mind slipping
Yeah.
and that stuff, but like the whole dipping your head down that just irritates me. So I just shove you to the ground.
That's when you can land your uppercut like you did out of the clinch in your second fight.
Yeah, that was a good one, right? Yeah, those were vicious, dude. I rewatched that the other day. I watch myself a lot too.
Yeah.
That's
And it
something
was
I
it was
do.
it was to the left too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch myself a lot. Not because like I'm in love with it.
You should
It's
though.
more like no. I watch it because I try to see how I would beat myself.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to see like openings I would create or anything like that. I mean, Kyle exploits them like a motherfucker, but Kyle always says he's like, well, we've been training for years. I'm like, yeah, well, you think I would do better for training for years, but nah, dude, that guy's got me. That guy's got me. He's got me checkmated for a while now, dude.
Let
I'm
let
fucking
let,
stuck.
let him take care of UFC, you take care of BKFC.
Yeah, but I would like to at least punch him a couple times. I do hit him, but like it was just like I would just like to beat him around. You know what I mean?
You
But I
have the
don't think I
Ford
ever will.
have the Forge champions. If you're 205,
Nah, dude, that's Kyle, dude. He's got the Forge title. I
it could
can't
be
come near that belt.
it could be multiple though. You know what I'm saying? You're 205. We have the Brick Heavy. We got Kyle UFC. We got
Yeah, I
Ken
mean,
coming out
yeah,
of
that's the
retirement.
plan. That's
Yeah.
another reason why I wanted to drop the heavyweight to get that way we could get sorry about that. Yawned a little bit. Well, that way we could get two
You mean cruiserweight? Yeah.
yeah, two. That way we could get two world titles at BKFC.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on a sec.
No problem.
Yeah, I just ended up clicking out the screen. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. 205, if you're at 205, the Brick at Heavy. Kyle at UFC, you'll have a squad of killers. It'll be the
You know what it
Philadelphia
reminds me of?
Gangsters.
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
AKA
I
Cain
just said
Velasquez.
yeah.
Cain Velasquez, heavyweight champ. Daniel Cormier, light heavyweight champ. Luke Rockhold, middleweight champ. Kyle would hate that I said he's Luke Rockhold, but
Yeah.
but that's what I look at it. That's the way I look at it.
You're the Philly Dagestanis.
Yeah, we're the American Dagestanis. I like it.
That's awesome. Now, any words to I know you did a lot of other podcasts, BKFC on the at the press conference. Anything you haven't said already to Calmus? I know you've been DMing him. He's not responding. You scared? Anything you want to give another message that you want to hopefully he'll see it that you want to give to him?
He sees all of them, dude. I send them
Yeah.
to him. I send these to him.
It says scene.
Yeah, so like when you tag me in this, I just press send, then I type Zach Calmus and I send it to him. I'm not afraid of this guy, and I hope he
Yeah.
knows that. You know what I mean? Like he can hide behind that mask all he wants. You know, that little mask he wears all the time. He can hide behind that mask all he wants, but he's got to take it off when he fights me. You know, and I just really think and here's another thing, and I'm gonna say this at the next press conference too. Pat got rid of him in a minute. I don't want it to go that. I don't want it to go that short. I wanted to go at least 2 rounds because I want my camera time, and I want to make it so agonizing for this guy. I wanted to be so. I wanted to be so bad for him that he never wants to do it ever again. And then we're gonna ship him off the ice wars, and then he'll go back to the streets of Boston or wherever he's from. I think he's from some place called Glacier or something like that, but I don't know that town, so we're gonna call it Boston.
If it's not Philly, it's nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Zach Calmus is probably not even gonna hit me, and I'm gonna get rid of him. I wish it was this weekend. I was literally texting somebody today, and I was saying, dude, I wish it was this weekend because that way I could eat the Ryan pie, the cheesesteak, the meatball sub, the stromboli, the 24 wings. I think I got it all.
What do you?
And the cheesesteak or the monster fries. Sorry, I'm grabbing my water.
Oh man, no problem. What do you think of the recent announcement with Redneck stepping in for
Dude,
your dad?
I saw Red Deck. I almost said Red Dead Redemption.
Which great game, by the way, my all-time favorite game.
Dude, I fucking love playing that game. Dude,
All
sometimes
time.
I don't really play video games as much as I used to, but sometimes I'll turn it on. And I'll just go around. I'll just start killing people just for fun.
The best game of
Um,
all time. Yeah.
oh, dude, I mean, I've beaten it like 3 times, but
High or
I
low
get to.
honor?
I've done both.
Yeah. Yeah.
First time was low honor because I wasn't really realizing that was going to be a. I didn't realize that was going to be a factor, and then I was like, if you're high, I was like, you got high honor, it's like not as bad, you know what I
You play
mean?
the first game too?
Yeah, I did, but I never beat it because I was young. I was like 14 when it came out, so I kind of just got as far as I could, and then I would run around
Yeah.
and kill people. But I played the Red Dead Undead. That was my favorite, dude. I
I had
loved.
that
You ever
too.
play?
Yeah.
Did you like that one? What
I
I
like
loved about that was that they would only die if you shot them in the head. The zombies.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. My favorite game of all time. We still talk about it to this day. Is playing you play them in backward order, two and then one, the whole
Right.
story.
Did you ever play
Uh,
Red Dead Revolver?
Red Dead Revolver with Red. What was the character's name? Red something. I
Red
did
something.
Red something, but I played. I didn't play the whole story, but I bought it and I played like a little bit here and there. It's just so outdated, you know.
Right. So I played that when it first came out.
Red Harlow.
That was him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I played that when it first came out, and that was before it was owned by Rockstar.
yeah.
And then it got bought out. I think Midway made it. No, I'm not quite too sure about that, but then Rockstar bought it and made it what it is today. But I can't wait for the third one, bro.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, they said they're in production.
Yeah, we
So
need GTA.
we'll see that game in 2036.
We'll see Lex Ludlow 205 BKFC champion before we see GTA
GTA
2.
6. Dude, that game's coming out soon, dude. I can't wait for that game, dude.
Yeah, me too.
That's gonna be a good game. What was your question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, my question to you was, what do you think of Redneck Mundell stepping in for Yoel?
He's a big fan of mine, dude. He did a podcast and shouted me out.
He was the first BKFC that I did a podcast with was Redneck.
Yeah,
Super
he
cool
seems
dude.
like he's a great dude. Yeah, so he said he's looking forward to my fight, and now I'm looking forward to his fight. I hope he beats Lorenzo Hunt. Lorenzo Hunt was really cool to me, but I don't know. I just got to cheer for the redneck. I'm a big cowboy guy, so you got to cheer for the cowboy.
He's a good dude, man. From talking to him a little bit, and number one pound for pound in BKFC. He's been calling out Perry for a long time. So stepping up against because I think he's naturally like a 185er. He's fought like back
And
and
I think they're
forth.
fighting at heavyweight.
I think it may be 205. Not
Oh, okay.
positive. Not positive. But pretty sure I think because Yoel had the flu and it was like a last minute addition to the card. But that should be a
Yeah,
banger.
yeah, I was watching that today, dude. I was watching the podcast,
Yeah.
the BK Bare Knuckle Show or whatever. Yeah, that's what it's called. I like that Brian Shosha guy. He's a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole card is stacked. Like from top
Yeah,
to
I
bottom.
know.
It's like
Yeah, that's
historic.
I said in a different interview, I said, listen, I might have been at that open tryout. I said every fight is a featured fight, co-main event, or main event.
Yeah,
Somewhere on the card. You know what I mean? I think me and Calmus is a featured fight or a co-main event somewhere on a different card.
definitely.
Um, I think Pat versus Bear Hill is like a featured fight or a co-main event. I think the higher you get, the higher it would be like co-main event, main event. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For those cards. But I think like the first one starting out, I think it's like featured fight, co-main event, featured fight, co-main event. Like all depends on the positioning of the card. I mean, I was pretty disappointed when I found that I was the main event of the prelims, but you know what, dude? Like they had Schmelnersberger or whatever that dude's name is below
Yeah.
me. He was in the UFC. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
uh, I know he just pulled out, but I forget who the guy who stepped in to fight him, but and then there Travis. He's a good fighter, but he's got like what 16 fights for them or something like that, and he's below me. So you know what I mean? Like, what am I going to complain about? I'm the main event of the prelims, so as long as I get my mic time, dude, that's all I care.
That's all it's about. Yeah, I think you're in a good spot. Of course, you like to be on that main card, but like you said, you got I think the first fight of the Semmelsberger and the other gentleman is second fight. The first fight is
Travis
Travis.
Thompson,
Yeah, Travis Thompson is the first fight of the whole card.
yeah, which is crazy, right?
Yeah,
But I sold 379 tickets to this fight, dude.
that's awesome.
Yeah, most I ever sold, dude. Most I ever sold before this was 104. So the lowest I ever sold was two.
Would a
That was
fight out in another state or something?
No, it was my first ever fight.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my mom and dad didn't even buy tickets off me. I didn't realize how important the tickets were, so
Yeah.
I didn't really push them.
No, why now obviously I'm not like a promoter or fighter or anything. Why is ticket sales so important? Like I know you have to as a promoter, you need to have your fighter sell X amount of tickets,
Hmm.
and that's like the politics of boxing you hear a lot of times. Like people will be a journeyman even if they have the skills of an A side just because they can't sell tickets in
Yeah.
boxing. And that's like the politics of boxing, but what really is that? Like why do you have to sell X amount of tickets?
Well, so if you go back in 2009,
Yeah.
right, Strike Force, right, my favorite promotion. What they would do is what a lot of these other, and I'm sure boxing did this, but this is
Yeah.
MMA that I'm talking about. So what they did was the main card would be, killers. You got like Overeem versus Brett Rogers. You'd have Fedor versus Dan Henderson. You'd have like Nick Diaz versus Kung Lee. You'd have if they fought. I'm just naming names. I should have said Nick Diaz versus Frank Shamrock. But like, you'd have this whole card stacked, right? And then on the prelims, it'd be like local guys because the local guys are what are going to fill the arena. Like imagine Strike Force comes to Philadelphia and they don't put any local guys on the show,
Yeah.
and they probably sell out half the arena.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, Ben Rothwell's a really big name, but I never seen him main event a UFC and sell out an arena.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, like I'm. It's no offense to him, but like I'm
No,
saying, like
not
they just
local
need a,
guy.
yeah, you just need a little bit of help. That's all. So you put a guy like Garbarino on there that sells thousands of tickets. You put me on there that's going to sell, 300 plus tickets. You put Zed Montez who's going to sell 300 plus tickets. You put Pat Brady on there, he's going to sell 300 plus tickets. You just It's how you fill the arena up, and then the rest that's not sold is sold off those names. Oh
Yep.
shit, like Ben Rothwell's fighting. Oh, let's go watch Ben. I watch him fight in the UFC. Let's go watch him fight. Oh shit, fucking Yoel Romero's fighting. Well, not anymore, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
that's another way that to sell the tickets, the rest of the tickets. But I feel like the Philly guys, we probably sold like more than half the arena. You know what I mean?
That's the main attraction to most people. It's yourself, it's Pat, it's Garbarino, even Sullivan has a following. All the
Yeah,
local
I
guys.
forgot. I forgot about Solomon. He sells a lot too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we all kill it, dude. We all do our best to put on for the promotion because we all love BKFC and we all like we all like fighting for BKFC. Like I'm not just saying this, dude. They treat me very well, dude. They're all nice to me. I got a phone call today from Kevin Smith. I think he's the I don't I'm gonna fuck up his title, but I think he's a director of talent relations or he's like talent or just talent relations. But shout out to Kevin because he's a great dude. He called me today. He goes, Lex, I need your shirt size, pants size, hoodie size. And I said XL, XL, XL. And I said to him, I said something to him. And I said, Kevin, thanks for always being cool to work with. I said, you're easy to work with. He said, Lex, he said, you're the most professional guy I work with, one of the most professional guys I ever work with. He says, you ever need me, call me, I'm answering.
Yeah.
And dude, he's always like that too with me. And like, bro, like I never hear, I don't know anything about the UFC. Like I only cornered there once with Kyle. Um, but you never hear stories like that with the UFC. No one ever talks about the staff, UFC. They all treat me great, dude, from top to bottom, dude. Like whenever I see Senior Dave, like I saw him at the open workout. Lex Ludlow, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's up, Dave? How you doing, dude? He was like, really looking forward to your fight, man. You're like, it's gonna be great, man. This is a great opportunity for you. And I'm like, thanks, man. I was like, I'm really grateful for the opportunity. I was like, God bless you, bro. And then I walk away.
That's
You know
awesome.
what I mean? I'm not one of those guys, like, I'm not trying to like kiss ass or, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, I like to make myself known in the room. You know what I mean? That I'm in the
Sure.
room. But like I'm not gonna sit there and like follow him around like a puppy dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's off-putting. You know what I mean? But he always treats me good, dude. Always shakes my hand when I walk in a room. I shake his hand. He'll talk to me for like 2 to 3 minutes, and then I leave him alone because I know he's got a billion other things to worry about. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it's respect, you know?
I did f up a little bit with the Fox News thing. I cursed on Fox News, and Dave walked up and wanted to listen to my interview, and he's like, so like if the camera was like right here in my face, Dave's like right there. And I've cut promos on Dave, like to Dave, like I cut the post fight promos, but I'm riled up. Like I just got
Yeah.
done fighting. I got all this. I'm like I got the pro wrestling in me, right? I never did an interview just standing in front of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I sorry, my daughter was asking me something.
It's all good.
So I felt all like that, another pressure on me. And I was like, I'm the most hated man in combat sports. Why are you the most hated man in combat sports? Well, I talk a lot of shit. He was like, don't say that. Finger in my face. Not Dave, the interviewer guy. He's like, don't say that. Just like that. Don't you say that. I was like, oh my God. And if you watch the full interview, I turned white
Yeah.
because I looked at Dave and Dave's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like he thought it was hilarious, but he was just like, oh, God, what the
So you realize this is bare knuckle fighting, right, sir?
Well,
That's what
I
you said.
mean, I'm also in an environment where I curse a lot. Like I'm at
Yeah.
the gym.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I'm at the gym. I'm like hanging out with my Chris and Kyle. I'm hanging out with Pat Brady, and we always curse. We always,
Yeah.
we always drop words. So like it was just the environment that I'm in. It was an accident. But everybody thought it was hilarious because it didn't get bleeped. So it was like on Fox News, and it's just like I was like, yeah, I talk a lot of shit, and it's like and then he put the camera. He was like, I'm sorry, we don't condone that kind of language, and I'm like, oh my God. When he did that, dude, that's when I turned white. I was like, oh my God, I
Uh,
really messed up.
in like 5 years, though, we'll look back. You look back on those moments when BKFC blows up, because I do think it will. It already is selling out Number one attendance for combat sports last year for Knucklemania, and probably going to break it this year. But I see bare
Right.
knuckle just going up like crazy, and you're going to be one of those Philly guys, one of the pioneers. Like looking back
Right.
on that stuff, it's crazy to be that you're a part of it, man. That's awesome.
Well, I'm trying to go like I'm trying to go from like a local guy to like a national guy with it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah,
And I think this fight's gonna put me there, and then I think I get one of those fights that I want. You know what I mean? Which
for
is
sure,
Chris Camozzi. Chris Camozzi. Definitely want that Chris Camozzi fight.
for sure, brother.
That
Well,
bitch Chris Camozzi.
we talked about Kalmus. We talked about Kamosi. You said you had the background in wrestling. You wrestled in high school, everything like that. But what made you actually choose to fight for a career? Because that's a totally different thing. You know what I'm saying? What made you choose to make this your livelihood?
Uh, it's a loaded question, like because there's like two different stories with that, but it kind of roped into like the first fight where I told you I got dropped 5 times.
Yeah,
And then I became like I'll give you the short version of that. I just became like obsessed with it.
yeah,
And then I said to myself, I was like, all right, I don't want to do pro wrestling. I was like, I want to do this. And then so I lost the 3 fights and I decided that I didn't want to do this anymore. I wanted to provide for my family. And because my daughter's 6, about to be 7. So she was just born and I ruptured my knee. And 2 weeks after she was born. And I said, man, like, and I wasn't making any money. I'll tell you, I told this story on Mike and Mish, but I'll tell you too. This is where I knew that I didn't want to fight anymore. I tore my knee, and for 1 month, I was having no income. And my wife, my girlfriend at the time, but my wife now, she was just finished nursing school. She just had a baby, so she wasn't working. I think she started work probably like 2 months after that. But it got to the point where I think I had like $1,000, and then I had like a credit card with like $1,000 limit because I just started, building the credit up and whatnot. So, um, trying to just replay it all in my head. Sorry, trying to word it. So basically, what happened was I spent all the $1,000 because I just had a baby, diapers and
yeah.
formula and friggin' feeding us. So $1,000 gone. I got to the point where the credit card was at $20 and we needed to eat dinner. And I was like, what am I gonna do here? Like, I have 20 bucks. Uh, an ad came on the TV and it was Domino's, get 2 large pizzas, 6.99 each or something like that. So it's 14 bucks. So I was like, all right, we'll do that. And it was like so complicated to get that done, by the way. You had to like go on the app and you had to like it was, but I mean I did it, right? And I got it done. And after that I had like $6 left. And the next day I got the disability check. And when that happened, bro, I remember when I was eating the pizza, I looked at my wife and I looked at the baby. She didn't eat pizza at the time, but like, like I was more just worried about because she was set. I remember like she was okay. Like she had the formula, like she had her diapers, like so she was okay for a little bit. But like me and my wife couldn't eat. You know what I mean? So I just remember looking at my wife eat pizza and I just was eating the pizza as well. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, I am never going to allow us to be in a situation again where we do not have food or drinks or like water or whatever. You know what I mean? Like so I was done with that, and as soon as my leg got better, I got a job as a dock worker at a place called Board Trucking. And at first, I loved it. I treated it like a fight. Um, I got promoted like within 6 months of working there. I was just obsessed with it. I wanted to learn everything about it. And then the problem with it was is that I would work 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. And then this guy got hired. His name was, well, I won't say his name, but he was a new manager, and he would just have me work all these hours. So like one day I'd be like 12 a.m. to like 3 p.m. and then like 2 days later I'd be like 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. And I would, like it was just all over the place all the time. And then he was a nice guy, but like he would just invite me down to his office and he'd be like, come down here. And I'd be like, all right. And there'd be like two pizzas and like cheesesteaks waiting.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting to like 320 pounds, like eating like shit all the time. And then I got depressed and I like hated my life. And then my wife one day said, do you want me to pick up work this overtime shift? She's like, if I pick it up, like I would get like $600 for just working one day. And I said to her, I was like, what? I was like, dude, that's like half of what I make a week. I was like, can you pick up as much as you want? She was like, yeah. I was like, well, we wouldn't have to pay for a babysitter no more because I'd be home. So I said to her, what do you think about me quitting my job and I just being home more? And she was like, would you want to do that? And I was like, yeah, why not? And then, dude, literally like a week later, I put my 2 weeks in and I quit. And I had every intention of going back to training, not fighting. And then it took me a little bit. It took me like 2 months, and then I started training again. And then within that time I was training, I knew I wanted to fight because I had all this time now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But and once I made that commitment about making it a career, I knew that I had to go.
Yep.
I knew I had to do it, and I mean, and that's how it ended up so far. You know what I mean?
That's a great. I appreciate sharing that. That's a great
Yeah,
story.
yeah, it's a crazy story, but I've only told that to three people. I told it to one guy, and then I told it on the Mike and Miss show, and then I told you. So,
Nah, I
uh,
appreciate it, bro. That's a great
yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah. It's I mean, we do a lot better than we do than now. I mean, we're not rich or anything like that. You know, we just get by just like everybody else. You know, especially when I'm in between fights, it's hard. But like we don't struggle like that no more. But yeah, that was tough times, dude.
Not for long. Once you're BKFC champion, you'll be good then.
Once I get BKFC champion, that's when I'll just be like, yeah, give me $1 million. That's exactly. I'll be like, give me $1 million. I'll just demand it. Give me $1 million.
You know what I could see you
Nah,
doing? I could see
what's
it
up?
just from talking to you. After your BKFC career is over, I don't know why I could see you going to WWE or AEW, being the most hated man in combat sports over there when you're a little bit older.
I messaged a dude from AEW to give me
Did
to at
you?
least check me. Yeah, I sent him my promo. He never got back to me, but whatever.
Now he
But
will he will after Knucklemania.
I mean, he's gonna have to. I've had
Yeah,
like people from like ECW, like that wrestling
yeah,
ECW.
yeah.
I had them reach out to me, dude, and like be like, dude, your promos are good. Like
Real
they
good.
say that. So I mean, I will tell you this, brother, the Knucklemania one is gonna be the best post fight interview of all time, and it's gonna be it's gonna be one for the story, one for the history books, as they say.
Now what?
I don't know if I get top. I don't know. I think it'll be better than Chaels.
Yeah, yeah, it's got to be. What made you bring out the Fedor? What was the backstory with the Fedor thing?
A week before that fight, I saw Feldman or Connor say he wanted him there, and then I saw that they were in negotiations with him. And then when I was in the ring before I fought, I like a week before I fought, I said to Kyle and Chris, I was like, I'm gonna call Fedor.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What? Like, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Dude, why not? Right?"
Yeah, why not?
And yeah, why not? And when I wasn't gonna do it, like after I won that fight, I wasn't gonna do it. And then Chris said, "Now go call out Fedor." And I was like, "Well, I feel like I got it now." And I went and I called him a Russian piece of shit and whatnot. And that
Yeah.
that that blew up. I went a little viral off that, but then the last one I went real viral off that.
Yeah.
The
You're
Chris Camozzi.
you're gonna go more viral with this one. Don't give me any. Don't give it away. I'm pumped to hear it.
No, never, brother. No, that's like $1 million.
100%. Yeah.
That's like the secret. formula to the Krabby Patty, dude. You
That's
can't
what
be
I'm
giving
saying,
that away.
brother. You can't. Yeah, you can't disclose
Yeah,
that yet.
yeah. Mr. Krabs would be going nuts right
Awesome, man. I appreciate your time, brother. We should do it again after your big win. Once you're
now.
prepping for your
I will
next.
definitely like to do that, brother. I would really appreciate to be on here, and thank you for the opportunity to be on here, dude. One
No,
thing,
I enjoyed it.
right? One like everybody one thing like I'm a regular dude,
Yeah,
right? Like everybody is starting to treat me like I'm like I'm some kind of like celebrity. Well, not like a celebrity, but like like I'm getting to that point. You know what I
yeah,
mean? At
for
the end
sure.
of the day, dude, I'm a regular dude, dude. So when when everybody's like, oh man, like I had one guy, he interviewed me and he's like, dude, thank you so much. Like, I'm sure you're busy. And I'm like, nah, dude, I'm really not. Like, I'm just a regular, I'm just a regular dude, dude. Like, once you hang up this, like, I'm gonna go watch King of Queens, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, what I mean, like, I'm just a regular guy, dude. I just love life and I try to enjoy it as much as I can. And I don't know. I just try to live in the moment because this can all be taken away just like that. You know,
for sure.
I can
I
get in a
always
car,
say.
I get in a car crash tomorrow, dude, and be paralyzed from the waist down. You know what I mean? So
But one thing I would always say to my kids, I don't know where I picked this up at, but it's exactly that you said. It's like you live life as if you're in a memory. So if imagine you're an old man and you're 90 years old looking back on your life, and everything that you do now is just a replay of it. So you constantly make the
right,
decision of if you were an old, wise, mature guy, like living in that moment, because you never know. Like we're getting the chance to replay this all back. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Living in that moment, just enjoying it, because everything goes by so fast. And like you said, you never know.
yeah. You never know,
Soak
dude.
it
You could
all in,
just be
brother.
gone in a minute. Only thing I want, dude. I want BKFC to come out with trading cards like the one you had for Chris
Yeah,
Dawkins.
that'd be
Yeah,
badass.
they
Oh yeah,
should, dude.
you see the card I gave him?
Yeah, dude, that was sick, dude.
I
Yeah,
uh I mailed him because I'm obviously a big fan of all them guys and for years. So I mailed him cards a couple years ago to Martinez, like 5 cards. And usually fighters don't sign them. Like I put a little, and I didn't sell them or anything. It's just because I'm a fan. And he signed them all for me. And I was like, yo, this is awesome. And then
yeah, he's a good dude, dude.
my uncle's a Philly police officer as well. So we would get behind him, watch all the fights. And it was cool that's why I gave it to him. I was like, just to thank him for signing those
Yeah, yeah,
cards
yeah.
for me and, being that guy like we
I'm
all
sure. I'm
watched
sure he
growing
hung it.
up.
I'm sure he hung it up somewhere or did something with it.
For sure, yeah. Pretty soon though,
Yeah,
we're all gonna have to get BKFC cards made and I'll be dropping you off some cards.
yeah. How do we get that done, dude?
I mean, as the sport gets bigger, it'll probably be like, a tops deal or
All
whatever.
right,
Well,
that's
unless
out
you
of my that's out of my range.
do them independently. It's not that crazy.
Right.
Like if you made your own cards and then just sign them for fans, or you know what you could do too. I did a pod with Chaos Williams, the UFC fighter. He's a really good dude, and he was asking me. We were going back and forth on like social media marketing ideas, like how to gain more followers, how to you know do all that kind of stuff. One
Yeah.
big thing would be like do like a giveaway, like share this post, like, comment, and share for I don't know, a signed glove or a signed card or a signed whatever. But you could
Right.
do your own cards and sign them, and you'll get a lot of followers from that.
Right.
Little shit like that
Dude,
always adds up.
I had people from like California my last fight DMing me for my hand wraps.
Really? Did you send them?
No, no.
That kind of crosses the line. That's kind of weird.
That is weird, dude. I was like, I remember telling Chris, I was like, dude, this guy's probably gonna jerk off my hand
That's what I'm
wraps.
saying. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
weird. Yeah, that's
I
so
just felt
cool.
weird. It felt weird to me, dude. But I mean, like the Knucklemania ones, I won't give away, but maybe my next ones I'll give them to someone.
The raps are kind of like crazy though. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
like you said, like maybe a photo or index or something. But if even I don't know if I'd give my raps away. I would just, you know what I mean? Keep them with
People
your
are just
family
weird.
too.
People are weirdos, dude.
Yeah, yeah, maybe that.
You never know what they're doing with those hand wraps.
That's what I'm saying. Just keep them in the family, bro, or whatever.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. These wraps, I'm definitely gonna get hung up. The other ones are just sitting in my old duffel bag. I put them in my old duffel bag and I keep them in there. But these ones are definitely gonna get. I think I'm gonna take the shorts because I got custom made shorts. for this fight. They're supposed to get mailed today, but I guess they'll be here tomorrow. Um, Probably put that in a case, and I'll probably put the hand wraps in there, and probably like Calmus's tooth or something like that that I knocked out of his head.
Yeah.
You
Now,
know
do
what I
you
mean?
do you have a collection of like all your stuff? Like, do you keep it all? Like, I know a lot of fighters don't. They're
I
like
mean,
whatever.
I
Mhm.
still wear it.
Yeah.
I still wear my so like the fight shorts I wore for my first BKFC fight, they were custom made shorts. Um, so they're like a one of one from Fuel Hunt. They are I wear them sometimes. I wear them but I try not to wear them that much.
Yeah.
Um, I have another custom made shorts from Takedown that my wife made for me. It just has my name on it. That's all.
Yeah.
I wear them all the time. Uh, but like I usually just wear them. But like the only ones that I don't really wear are the ones from my first BKFC fight. But
Yeah.
I mean, I would wear them, but I just don't really wear them that much. But these ones that I got coming to the house, I'll probably frame them and probably never wear them again.
Yeah. No, you should, man. You should start a little collection of all your stuff because one day it'll be awesome. Look back on it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate your time. Where can fans find you? Where can they follow you? Where can they support you?
The Grizzly Bear 205 on Instagram. My Facebook's a little too personal. Like that's like all my friends and my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean you can friend me on there. Like I will accept you probably, but like I'm never gonna like DM.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Instagram I do DM people when they answer me. I try to be as interactive as I possibly can be.
Yeah.
I answer pretty much everybody for the most part. I don't follow everybody, dude, because uh I gotta get to know you, or you know what I mean. I gotta
Sure.
like uh, uh if I followed everybody, it'd be kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But or sometimes like I get follows and I just forget to follow them back.
Yeah.
Because I don't really live on there. Like, dude, I don't even really like before I go to the only time I go on Reels is like before I go to bed, really.
Yeah.
But throughout the day, dude, I'm like just text. I mostly text.
Yeah.
But if there's like some downtime throughout the day, I'll go on Reels. But if I'm on my phone, I'm usually like to like sit on my phone. I'm usually watching YouTube. To be honest with you,
That's what I do too.
watch yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube. But I watch like weird shit. Like I watch like bugs fight each other and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, like the
yeah,
ecosystems too and all, like where they make little
yeah,
ecosystems. Yeah.
yeah. I like shit like that. I like ant colonies and
The
I like
same. Yeah.
yeah, I watch like that shit. There's this one dude, bro. He makes like he makes like a whole entire like rainforest in like
I
dude,
saw
it's
it.
like this he made it out of a shower. So he took his shower out and he made this whole rainforest in his shower. And you can literally watch it from like day one to day like I think like week one to like week 52 and then and then I think he eventually tore it down. But dude, it was like so fascinating to watch like week by and he adds like a predator each week
Yeah, I
and
saw
then
it.
he'll
Yeah, I
add
know exactly what you're
yeah,
talking
dude, it's like all right, there's a lizard in here now. What the fuck's gonna happen, dude? You
about.
know what I mean? Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, there's a fucking lizard in here now, dude. And then he adds like a scorpion, and then they had like two scorpions, and then one scorpion gets eaten by the lizard, and you're like, ah shit, fuck. Dude,
Yeah.
there was before you go, there was one how I got into those videos, dude. There was one dude that what he made like a tank I forget what the hell was in it, but dude, he would have me dying, dude. It was like Thomas the Choo Choo Train was in there, and he named this like one bug like Gonzo or something like that, dude. And every time he would bring up Gonzo, dude, I would be like, fuck, I would be dying. I'd be laughing so hard. I don't know why, dude, but his commentary was hilarious for these bugs. It was hilarious.
That's
I
what,
probably sound like such a nerdy
dude.
weirdo like talking about this.
It's interesting because I'm the same way. I watched the one where they scoop he just scoops up water from like a lake. Did you see that one? He puts it in a mason
No,
jar. He puts it in a
okay.
mason jar, and then he starts adding predators to it. It's probably the same guy.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's probably the same dude.
I might go watch it.
What else you into? We seem to have similar weird interests. Video games, YouTube. What
I
other
don't
weird
play
shit
video
you like?
games as much as I used to, but
Same, yeah.
YouTube and I watch like a lot of cooking videos.
Okay.
I watch a lot of cooking because I like to cook. watch a lot of cooking videos, and that's pretty much it, dude. I'm pretty boring, dude. I hang out with my kids, I hang out with my wife, and I just go to the gym and I come home. A lot of people think like I'm just like probably like this crazy dude that like does this and that. I've never lived like a crazy life. Like gym home, gym home, gym home. That's how I always lived, and that's how I always want to live. Like
For
I want
sure.
to do this until the day I die. Like eventually, I'm gonna have to. I'll probably have, hopefully not, but eventually I'll probably have to get a job and live the normal life. But until then, dude, I want to live this life to the fullest. And even when I do have to get that job and I gotta work eventually, I want to. I still want to go to the gym every day.
Make it so you don't get that job, brother. Make it so you don't need to.
I just got to get that belt, dude. Once I get that belt, and I think when they sign with a bigger TV deal too, the money will go up a lot more. So, you
For
know,
sure.
uh, we get paid very well, but not enough to live off of. You're right now, you know what I mean? But we're getting there, dude. We're getting there. I
One
think
thing.
I think after this fight, I think after this fight, if I fight 3 times a year, I think I could. I don't think I would need a job. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't need a job now, but because I have my wife to support me. But
Yeah.
I'm saying like I think like it would make up for a job.
For sure. One last thing I wanted to ask you too
Yeah,
is where does the grizzly bear come from? Where'd you get that?
that West Virginia fight, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I was listening to the commentary. They're like, look at this guy. He looks like he's a grizzly bear. Dude, they were like Southern West Virginia like commentators. They're like, they looks like the dude from the grizzly bear from the Reverend. He's just mauling him right now. And I was like, dude, this is hilarious. The grizzly bear's perfect because I'm hairy as shit. I was like, and I was like, that's a perfect nickname. So I stole it. Kyle Dawkins hated the nickname at first, but now he's into it.
The grizzly
He
bear.
and he loves the most hated man in combat sports, Lex Ludlow, Lex the Grizzly Bear Ludlow.
That's fucking badass. It goes perfect.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the most hated man in combat sports, Lex the Grizzly Bear Ludlow. Yeah,
Or Lex Luthor, the bad guy.
I was Lex Luger
Yeah.
for one fight. For one fight, I was Lex Luger, the pro wrestler.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Okay.
named
Yeah.
after. I was
Were you
named
really?
after him. Yeah,
Were your parents into like wrestling and stuff?
my dad was.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my mom. I was supposed to be Brian Lex Ludlow, and my mom almost died from giving birth to me. And she passed out. She was like this, and they walked up to my dad, and they were like, "What's his name gonna be?" And he knew it was supposed to be Brian Lex Ludlow, and he went Lex Brian Ludlow.
That's crazy.
Man, dude. So thank God
That's
he did
amazing.
because thank God because I would have been very boring.
Brian Ludlow.
Yeah, Brian Ludlow. Hey, nice to meet you, Brian Ludlow. That would have been me. Hey, I'm Brian Ludlow. Nice to meet
Awesome, bro. I really enjoyed this, man. It was great. Just chopping it up with you and everything. Any final any final words for Calmus, Knucklemania, for all
you.
the people
11 days.
understanding?
11 days. I'm gonna look it up right now. Oh, we're gonna look up the exact time. Exact. We got 10. Oh shit. Thought it was 11 days. We got 10 days, 20 hours, 24 minutes, and 45 seconds until I knock Gak Thomas's teeth down his throat.
The countdown begins.
Yeah, dude. I thought it was 11 days, dude. We're at 10 days now.
Yeah. February 7th.
That means 9 days to weigh-ins. That's happy. That's something to look forward to. I'm looking forward more to weigh-ins right now than I am the fight, dude. That way I can. It's just because like I'm on a limitation of what I can eat. Like I can eat, but I'm on a limitation. Like I can't just go out to Old Country Buffet and or they're not even around anymore. I can't go to old Golden Corral and just
Old Country
stuff my
Buffet
face
in
with ramen.
Warrington back
Yeah,
in the day.
I dropped that name. I dropped that name down. But I can't go to Golden Corral and slice down or chow down some 32 pieces of fried chicken. You know what I mean? Like I want to. But I want to be fat again, dude. That's all it is. I just want to be fat again.
Now
Want to be a little chubby. I got like good.
no, I was gonna say you're gonna weigh in at 205. If you don't mind me asking, what do you think you'll be in the ring? You think you'll be able to put it back on?
Probably. I'll probably be like 230. I'll probably be like 220, 225.
Yeah, yeah.
All the rehydration and eating because I'm gonna start to cut the carbs out. I didn't eat any carbs tonight, but I literally just ate straight chicken, dude. So when we hang up, I'm probably gonna go eat a yogurt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just to
I
get
love
something.
yogurt. Well, I love it. I ate 3 pieces. I ate 3 chicken thighs. I ate
Season,
3 of them.
that's not
Yeah,
bad.
dude.
Season at all, yeah.
Yeah, I did salt, garlic powder. I eat everything with salt and garlic powder right now. Salt, garlic powder. I actually put Italian seasoning in it. But see, I make chicken a little weird sometimes, right? My wife loves the way I make it. I chop up a tomato and then I chop up an onion and I put that in the pan and I put beef tallow in the pan. Then I put all that in there. I let the pan get a little hot. Then I put the beef tallow and then I put the tomato and I put the onion in. And then this is my own recipe. Then I lightly spray the chicken with either olive oil spray or straight olive oil because I have like my own olive oil spray. Like I pour olive oil in it and it's like
Yeah,
a spray. So I either do either of those. Then I do salt first, and I'm pretty generous with that salt.
yeah,
And then I'm very generous with garlic powder. Then Italian seasoning, right? And I put it upside down, and then I repeat that process. Then, as the onions and the tomatoes start to get cooked, a little bit of salt on them, a little bit of garlic powder on them, Italian seasoning. Put the lid on. Boom. 8 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes. Then flip over, move the onions, move the tomatoes. Dude, all that juices, all that stuff flowing in there, the chicken comes out amazing, bro. It really does, dude.
but
Comes out pretty good. Yeah, it comes out pretty good, dude. Uh, I don't make steak like that though, but I make chicken like that. I do chicken breasts like that and chicken thighs. I like chicken thighs because they got the fat on them.
yeah,
They're a little juicier. It's kind of eating. It's kind of like the closest thing you eat to a steak, but chicken. Fucking chicken breast. You don't make that right, dude. It sucks.
yeah, it's all too thick.
It
Yeah,
sucks. Well, I do what I do with a chicken breast. I cut it in half and then I cook
same.
the other side, the other side. Yeah, but I do the same thing. The tomatoes, the onions. Comes out. It just makes it a lot tastier for me with Italian seasoning. By
Are you Italian?
the way, I'm a little bit of everything. I like
Yeah,
Italian, German, English, Irish. Like
yeah.
Native. I got a little Native American in me.
There you go.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why you're never thirsty though. It's all the salt. Like you're cutting weight, which is
yeah.
good. But like I'm the same way, really. I don't really ever get thirsty, and they say it's because you have a lot of sodium in your diet. Your body's retaining a lot of water. I don't know if it's
Right.
bro science or not, but your body just naturally holds on to more water with more sodium intake. That's what they say,
It's probably why then I do eat a lot of salt, dude.
which is not
I'm
a bad
never
thing.
I'm never thirsty.
Yeah,
Write that down. I'm never thirsty.
never thirsty. Clip it.
Never thirsty. Clip it, dude. Clip it. Does that work on this?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, dude, oh, does it really? Yeah, dude. The one day the guy told me he's like every time you say clip it, it clips it. I just kept going clip it.
No, I just
Yeah,
I just clip it myself,
all right.
but I don't have any
I
professional program. I'm just a regular dude, you know.
just like me, dude. I'm just a
Just for
regular
fun.
dude, dude. Listen, dude. I'm gonna let you go though, brother. I want to go put these kids to bed. But
Hell yeah.
God bless you, bro. Thank you for this opportunity, dude. And it meant a lot, dude. I actually really enjoyed talking to you a lot, Danny.
You too, man. You too. Go kick ass at Knucklemania, bro.
Are you gonna be there?
Yeah, yeah. I'll be in 103. I got tickets from Pat.
Oh shit! All my people are in 103.
Oh, it's cool, man. Yeah, if you're
Uh,
by, I'll say what's up.
yeah. I mean, I'm going up to Club Box 3 after that, so I'll probably walk right by you.
Yeah, yeah. If I see you, I'm gonna come stop you and say what's up. I'll
I
say
appreciate
congrats.
that, dude. I'm gonna be really drunk, so yeah.
I'll say congrats. You'll be like, yo, who are you?
Nah, dude. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, I'll probably be like this. I'll probably be like, I love you, man. I love you so much. I've known you all my life, dude. Like
Yeah.
that's probably what I'll say.
Nah, man.
All
Go
right,
take care
brother.
of the kids, brother, man. Good luck and take care of business.
God bless you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you.